When I first met the legendary Jackie Chan last year, I kind of auditioned to be the next Karate Kid, and I thought I had potential. I mean, how hard can it be? Help was at hand in the shape of nutbar stuntman Peter Bell. Cue a lot of running, a lot of jumping, a lot of huffing and puffing, and an inordinate amount of squealing and swearing.
Friendship has been put to the test many a time.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This interview.
Yeah.
We're not talking to each other. You wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't,
yeah.
you know.
No eye contact. That's in both our contracts.
We're professional enough to look at each other without looking at each
exactly.
other.
And this looks like I'm looking at him.
I'd say it looks like I'm looking at him.
Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at him.
I'm giving him nothing right now.
That's the illusion of film.
Nothing.
It's an amazing illusion.
I made them drink shots.
Oh, awesome. What's mine?
It's coming up. What is it?
I'm looking forward to my shot. Do I get it at the end of the interview?
Yes, exactly.
If it's
You're a
good.
girl.
Great to meet you.
Kia ora.
Great. Beautiful. I can kind of understand it. The hype for this movie is kind of crazy, isn't it?
I know. You would have thought with all the publicity, people could just go and take a vacation instead. But it's like.
I was the one that got injured watching. I was watching this big fight happen, and I stepped on a rock and.
Excellent.
Sprained my ankle.
I've been smothered in wee dots. These dots will map my body into Weta Digital's mega clever computers, which will in turn convert me first into this very cool, muscly iRobot man.
Well, I'll do most of the work.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You just gotta close your eyes and,
Okay.
you know. You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
And just like wiggling my nose, here we all are, the pyramids of Egypt, and not a green screen in sight. Now, Cairo, specifically the Sphinx, plays a big part in this film. Two of the world's most powerful filmmakers, Steven Spielberg and Sir Peter Jackson.
I was excited about it. I mean, I was a Tintin fan since I was 7 or 8 years old, and so I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for Steven's Tintin film, really looking forward to it, and like a quarter of a century has gone by. When are we going to get that Tintin movie?
Well, Peter Jackson obviously is watching this, so if you want to give your Hobbit audition to save you doing it when you're down there.
No, Precious loves us, no. Hobbit made in New Zealand, yes. Remade here now. Warner Brothers phoned it up, yes. We'll make the movie now. Not in China, no dildo baggins, no.
I drive. If 16 Candles had a head smashing in it, it would be a masterpiece. And that the only thing John Hughes movies were missing for us was violence.
You haven't done any bungee jumping or anything in New Zealand?
I did a naked one.
Yo! Why did you do it naked?
I wanted to hear my penis slapping off my stomach at the bottom.
And did it?
I can't remember. I was too frightened.
But with something that big, it's fine enough to kind of strip maybe for you. No!
Yeah, no. That followed great. I know.
Okay, finish the sentence. So go ahead. I shouldn't have laughed at you there.
With a scene as big you really embarrassed me. You're going to give me the shakes. In front of a lot of extras. How intense is it? It's fine enough to practice something maybe in rehearsal, but then to actually do it in front of a crowd that big.
It was
incredible. It was an amazing time. I really enjoyed it.
Are you guys more chalk and cheese in the flesh?
It's identical in real life. She and I are the same human being in real life. Us drinking and dancing was pretty much what Melissa and Sandy would probably look like if someone gave us a bottle of tequila.
I ask the hard questions. I get nothing.
A lot of the movie stays.
Rising local star Beulah Kowali's not cracking. I'm not impressed. Just drop and give me 20.
It's going to take a while.
Next stop, the imports. Jurassic World star Nick Robinson.
How am I doing?
Not well at all, to be fair, Nick. Okay, so Chloe, help a sister out.
There's one particular moment that I can't really talk about too in depth.
I'm starting to take this quite personally. Radcliffe does have guns for hands.
I think currently I've been bled on by 3 different characters, and shot in the face with a SFX blood gun twice. So yeah, it's been good.
This is a compliment, Woody, honestly. You've been around the traps, let's be fair. You've been around a little while.
Hey, is that a compliment?
It's a compliment, I promise you. I promise you. Liam, you're kind of newer to the game. I'm just wondering if you had any advice to give for Liam to survive the Hollywood Hunger Games.
My primary advice to him is never
leave your wallet in your dressing room.
And if all else fails,
If you really want to make an impression, even if you're tired and even if you're boring on the surface, wear cool socks.
Tyker's in hot demand in Hollywood these days, so we knew there'd only be one person who could track him down. Newshub's Kate Rodger, who cornered him and some of the other cast on the red carpet at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Hitler is a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all agree that. You're bringing us a film, you've cast yourself as Hitler.
Yeah, well, it was look at the deeper thing there. It's like, there was never any way I was not going to put myself in my film, was it? No, my ego's that big.
So I'm getting the feeling that you signed on pretty much straight away without giving it a second thought.
I just thought Taika wants me to play a Nazi. It's the call I've been waiting for.
Taika's really playful. This guy was high-kicking his way up the escalator.
Everybody is kung fu fighting. Yes.
Visiting the Newshub studio for a couch cozy-up and a chinwag.
The last person I maybe learned a couple of kung fu moves from was a guy called Jackie Chan. And then I thought, well, surely Poe can maybe just at least show me one move.
That dude is a stone-cold master, but I don't think he has a certain move that I like to call the chop kicks. It's similar to chopsticks, but... Can I get this camera, please? And that's just a taste.
It's not easy being green, let alone green and short.
Oftentimes when people talk about shirtless, it means something different to me. But
Yes, Good point. You are slightly taller than Tom Cruise, though.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
It's
Yes.
good to see that and see you in the flesh and confirm.
Well, he has higher platform shoes.
Can you give us a bit of a hint who we might be catching up with?
I would like to keep it... Oh, here we go. Here's a hint.
You didn't tell me we were going A-list celebrity.
Yep, A-list.
Red, oh my God.
You're the Kiwis.
It was worth getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I can see your gorgeous face.
Thank you for that, Kate.
Oscar winner Sam Rockwell brings Ivan to life.
He's vulnerable and masculine, kind of like my sweater. Kind of a mix, kind of a yin and yang.
We could all have relationships free of toxicity, right? That's what we're all looking for.
Dame Helen, I know it's on your bucket list, obviously, to play a poodle. So talk me through that.
You're channeling my inner bitch, absolutely.
Kiwi filmmaker Nikki Caro is ready.
And what a team that was. We were, because we were women, I think, we were so well prepared. We're really good at our jobs.
We're very proud of our female filmmakers in New Zealand. Jane Campion, obviously, Nikki Caro. Who has inspired you?
Oh gosh, so many people. There are fewer female directors, of course, but how inspiring are the ones that we know and love. But certainly Nikki Caro, and you can talk about Jane Campion, The Piano, my favorite movie of all time.
This is my tribe, I work with actors since I was 14 years old, and that's what I know. They're the people I know. I know how we think and behave, and it's gorgeous when you're on a set together.
Jackson and his cast and crew are just about to wrap here in Hobbiton, and then they hit the road. Another 7 weeks on location.
It feels great. I mean, it's my trips to Los Angeles are fairly rare, so I tend to come and go.
This is the very last Hobbit.
It's rather difficult to sign everything that you want to, because the film would be over by the time I'd signed everything.
Look at this. Welcome. But also a lot of love for New Zealand.
But this is the world and New Zealand, which is kind of...
New Zealand, yes, hello.
Do you miss New Zealand?
Why aren't you here? Why aren't the dwarves here? I know, right?
This series has and always will be, especially for the biggest fan of all, Peter Jackson, be about the fans. How does it feel to be down here, thousands here, and to actually have FaceTime with these lovely people?
Well, it's true that the difference between me and the fans is that I'm the lucky fan that got to make the movies.
Mum was like, "Oh, you're doing a film with Sam Neill," and sorry to say this, but I was like, "Who's Sam Neill?" I'm so sorry, Sam. And then
right,
when
Julie.
I first met you, when we were
I'm a little bit distressed.
He's not arrogant. He never saying, "Oh, well, when I was working with Steven Spielberg, we didn't have to put up with this shit." It was nothing like that.
It's a bit flash as, isn't it?
It's a little bit flash. It's a bit excessive. It's just a bit over the top, isn't it? Excessive.
Cliff Curtis is rearing to go. Has he been behaving?
He's been okay.
I haven't had any speeding tickets.
There's been a lot of womening on set, hasn't there?
So many women. It's so nice, actually.
Ainsley Gardner and Briar Grace Smith. He miharo tēnei. This home screening is a very special one.
The people from this marae and to YT, which is the marae down the road, they participated in the film as actors and as crew and as support people. So it's really special to be able to come back here and give it back to them.
It is both the best feeling and the worst feeling. Sorry,
and the shittiest feeling.
So the
Just translating
I'm
that,
sorry.
yeah.
Like
No,
it's
never
it's...
apologise for swearing on Newshub.
He was also proudly watching his home team play during the Rugby World Cup.
Get me fired up. You should see me watching the games. I'm like, come on there, come on there. I get going.
Look, I know you've got one, but I don't know if you've got one that says that.
Wow.
And it's for you from the ABs with love.
Wow. Well, I just want to thank all my brothers. I appreciate this. Thank you very much. This is an honor.
Pete from New Zealand. How you
Yeah,
going?
you
Good?
good? I can hear the Kiwi a mile away, mate.
Do we really sound like that? Do I sound like that?
No, you don't sound like that. The other Kiwis do.
Have you found being back together with the guys, has that kind of got the creative juices flowing again?
It's certainly got some juices. I mean, we're still arguing. It's not as if we're, a bed of roses. We navigate each other better. We're not punching each other or, screaming or throwing things at each other, which we used to do.
None of that at all?
No, we navigate. I'm still right.
Of course you are.
Settling in for our interview and shortly before going on stage before the police, and Fergie gets a visitor. Sting and Fergie have spent a bit of time together. He features on Black Eyed Peas' album Monkey Business.
What do you see? How would you describe the quintessential Taylor Swift fan?
Like when I see girls coming to my concerts, I can tell that they're coming to my show if they're like wearing a sundress and cowboy boots and they're 18 to 25.
I'm coming back in March to do some shows in New Zealand, which I'm very happy about.
Kate is unexpectedly joined by the man himself.
And you know what? If I'm going to be photobombed by anyone, I would like to be photobombed by Quentin Tarantino. Thank you, sir, so much. First for the photobomb, and second for coming all the way down to good old New Zealand.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've been wanting to come out here for, probably for my whole life.
I'm going to get teary. I'm honoured to show him New Zealand and Kiwis. Oh my God.
And in return, he pledged to keep his Zoe safe.
Well, I didn't try to kill her on this one.
I want to thank you for calling me Magnificent Mando.
That's what I call him.
I love
Don't
that.
You?
I can't believe I haven't heard that more. But
you're
I
welcome.
love the way those two words go together. Can I just say one thing? That your nails, they bring out the color in your eyes. I'm not trying to flirt, but it's so into. I've been kind of obsessing with everybody's.
I'd like to get a sense from you guys in terms of how it evolves, because it feels like quite a lot of it is just what pops into your head at any given time.
You're more perceptive than you look.
Take that not as a compliment.
Was it, in fact, as crazy as my lunatic cat cavorting in the back of our interview?
I suspect over the years you've had some batshit crazy bonkers script ideas cross your path. Would this be kind of up there when it comes to surprising ideas?
Oh, yeah. This would be the most bonkers, as you so well put, concept for a movie.
Hey, I went on back on a horse a month ago for the first time in ages and then couldn't walk for a bloody week. How does it feel to be getting back on a horse?
Similar. We are a family, and we have a lot of fun. This was probably the most fun I've ever had shooting a movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because of these guys, are they quite fun?
Don't we look at?
Yeah.
I realized as I was like.
I'm dying to know your thoughts after reading the script for the first time.
Well, it took me about 5.5 hours.
I'm very lucky my husband gave me this beautiful ring when he asked me to marry him, but I look at it and I just think, God, space rock. I felt pretty neutral about the whole thing. What?
You felt neutral?
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry that...
How'd you feel about working with Jake? Neutral.
He came up with the let's have ninjas with swords on motorcycles try and kill John Wick. And I came up with the let's have John Wick ride a horse and have a gunfight. So that's just the way it happens.
I do love that you're wearing all black, though. I think that's great. That's really cool. You talk to a Kiwi, they still talk about food poisoning.
They do.
And they talk about that game. So.
But we've won the World Cup now, so we don't really care anymore.
That's right, that's right.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
The movie business is so tricky, and to have an audience that really is asking for something is just kind of not something to be taken for granted. And we were like, why don't we just get off our high horse and make a Bourne movie?
Getting under the skin again of a character that you already know so well. Tell me what that feels like.
Delicious.
And there's a helicopter.
That's my ride. I'm sorry.
Clearly, very good reason why every single Jurassic film has been shot right here, standing on this bluff, this entire vista, stunningly, eerily prehistoric. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it is the scene of a stupendous dinosaur stampede, and they are stampeding for very good reason. Enduring memory that each of you will take from working with one another on this film.
I hit him.
It can't be the only thing.
Still makes me happy.
Do you get a sense of what an inspiration you are to so many people?
Kind of, yeah. I guess I've been around so long, I'm 80, and I'm still going, and I'm still healthy.
I used to stand in the wings and watch you on stage. Oh. I did, absolutely. And I can never do what Ian does, and actually Ian can never do what I do, because we are utterly different. But it doesn't stop us from watching in awe of what the other person is doing.
I don't know why I did that. That's a really odd thing when I was talking about we fell in love. That's not quite. That was more a meeting of minds, not a meeting of other stuff. Okay, that's not what I'm
That's
not
the
talking.
Asgardian High One.
Asgardian High One. The Asgardian Erect One. All unusable.
And action.
So, no, we found that we shared a connection.
All right, you lot, welcome to the Danger Zone. This is what it looks like. This is a global premiere of Top Gun Maverick.
They've been asking for this for a long time.
Was falling out of a helicopter in New Zealand pretty good training for this?
It's a lot of fun. New Zealand's beautiful. Beautiful country.
You know what, Kate? You know what's a perfect example of that? Sebastian threw himself a birthday party in Prague, and he didn't invite me. It's only because you ran into me while I was wandering the streets of Prague by myself.
All right. I regret even going there. I'm really sorry to open up that festering wound.
I think you just touched your earring.
It's a Cinderella
I like it.
isn't it? It's yours. You can wear it.
Not going to match.
No, it isn't.
I have no earlobes too. See, look at that.
The tiniest.
The weirdest little earlobes. There you go.
Yep, you heard it first here, people. Hugh Jackman has no earlobes.
Now, someone else is going to play that part, and I hope they do. But I can now honestly tell you, Kate, I go to bed at night thinking, I've done everything I could. You're just the sweetest.
Yep. He made me cry. How does it feel to be finally hanging up your cape?
It's sad.
You have some advice for New Zealanders on how to survive the zombie apocalypse?
I think you guys are going to be all right. Being an island, you get fair warning. It's been
Do you ever get used to that?
It's sweet. It's sweet. People are having so much fun.
We're going to go to New Zealand and film Mission.
Cannot wait. How are you feeling about it?
Excited. Yeah. Very excited.
Yep, she's wanted to be a Jedi since, well, and let's face it, we all have our favourites. Mine just happens to be a robot.
No, R2 has saved more lives than any other character in the movies.
It's kind of funny, you're all looking at each other's lines to see who's got the most.
Popular.
Yeah, to see who's the most popular. Darth Vader always wins.
He came up to me and he said, I hope you don't mind, but I have to tell you, it's the first time I've ever wanted to have sex with an alien.
Ever have those moments when you realise you're just a little bit underdressed for a Last Jedi red carpet? I'm sorry, she's getting Best Dressed Reporter of the Year.
It doesn't have to do with that saga, the Skywalker saga, as much. And it gives me a chance to explore, Jabba the Hutt's family.
Walking through the haloed hallways of the Millennium Falcon, Chewie, we're home. Tell us what the fans mean to you.
They're just incredible. I mean, they're so passionate. It's so ingrained in the fabric of their lives. I mean, it's overwhelming. I can't express in words how meaningful it is to all of us.
I know, it's excruciating. I feel it too, the weight, it's real, but not long to go. And in fact, in just 7 days, The Last Jedi will open globally, including in New Zealand. In Tokyo, Kate Rodger, Newshub.